Alright, today I saw Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
Get her out of the house.
Really, it should be called Don't Be Afraid to Sleep. Because really, this movie is so overlong and padded. Ugh. Well, it starts off promising enough. You got this girl falling down the stairs and this old guy knocking out her teeth with a chisel in order to trade for his son back. That was nice. But then it just goes way too slowly after that. Way too slowly. You have this girl, Sally, who's probably 8, but she acts like she's 19. She is being thrown out of her mother's house because her mother's just like, I don't want it, you can have it. Pretty much. She's like the biggest bitch in the movie, and you don't even have to see her face to know it. So she doesn't get along well with her stepmother or her father that well. And they live in this big mansion. They're interior designers, so they make lots of money, I assume. And then she starts hearing these voices. And, of course, these are these fairies who want to eventually kidnap her and turn her into one of their own. And, yeah, the fairies are pretty cool looking. They're monstrous, they're creepy, they sound creepy and everything. So my question would be is, how the hell did they convince this girl to do anything for them? They don't even reveal themselves until later. They just talk so creepy. I don't think any child would be convinced to do anything for them. I think they'd just be shaken with fear constantly. I mean, does this sound convincing to you?
What are we? Hungry. Come play with us. We want to play with you, Sally. We want to be friends, Sally.
I don't care how weird you are as a child. I don't think it would work. So, yeah, of course, Sally lets these things out, and like in all movies like this, there's this old guy who's related to the previous owner of the house, who kind of has a hint of what's going on. He tries to fix it, but then he ends up getting attacked by these things, and he's alone in the basement, by the way, and they're stabbing him, clawing him and everything. He gets stabbed in the neck and gets cut in the hand, and he emerges from this basement all bloody and scarred, and he's like, "Raw, I had an accident." Really? An accident? Really? You're just gonna go with that? An accident? Why? 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 There's no reason why. He just says he has an accident. And don't you think when the doctors look at you and they notice that you have wounds that you could not have possibly done on your own, like, I don't know, stab wounds in your neck, in the back of your neck, and the back of your knee with a screwdriver, and such weird angles that almost like little people did it, because they did. You don't think the police are going to get involved whether or not you say it's an accident, because the medical professions are going to be like, there's no way this is an accident. Well, yeah, I can see how this happened. He tripped, fell down the stairs, and his toolbox must have fell with him, resulted in all these tools breaking and spontaneously cutting him and embedded themselves in his body. Oh. I am the greatest detective ever. There's one hilarious scene too where Sally just experienced a bunch of horrific shit. She's calling up her mother, and in the background you can hear a party going on, and this is why she's the biggest bitch in the world. You don't even have to look at her.
I'm scared, Mom. I'm cold and I'm hungry and...
What's that, dear? Oh, well, it's okay. You'll get used to it. There's nothing to be afraid of. No, don't worry. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Hey, save some of those Coke lines for me, buddy.
I want to go home, Mommy. There's horrible things going on here and they're doing horrible things to me.
What? Oh, okay, well, whatever, honey. Okay, just deal with it. Okay, bye. Certain things that would alarm most mothers doesn't even faze her at all. So, yeah. Biggest bitch in the world. And how is it that falling downstairs, how does that work? Where you just fall downstairs and you're instantly knocked out. 2 occasions, almost within the same time. The parents fell because they got knocked down by these things, and they're knocked unconscious. That's it. One guy falls down, he's knocked out. The stepmother falls down the stairs and she's knocked out, unconscious. At what age is it where you just fall downstairs and you're instantly knocked out? There's a whole list of things that could have happened in place of that. Then they conveniently wake up as Sally's being dragged away, and that's not a spoiler because, well, you know, it's in the trailer 1,000 times. There's really no reason this movie is rated R. It could have gone away with a PG-13 movie. There's really not that much violence or gore at all. which is really disappointing for a movie involving crazy demonic fairies that want to kidnap children and kill things. Overall, I'd say just rent it. It's way too long for its own good. By itself, this could have been good as a 30 to 40 minute short movie. If you wanted to make it good, which I do because I like the concept, that's the only reason I'm giving it a rent it instead of just fuck it, because I like the concept. I like the ideas behind it. But the thing is that if you wanted to improve it and make it a feature-length film and not have to pad it out like they did in this movie, I mean, seriously, if the fairies wanted her so badly, why didn't they just take her in the first place when they had the opportunity at night, when there was just the parents and the girl there? You know, the first night they stayed there, pretty much. They could have done it right then and there, right after she freed them. If they're quite capable of taking her, obviously, so why play around with her? Because they don't even do a good job of that. It's within 10 minutes that they attack this guy and they pretty much prove that they are not her friends. So there's lots of ways you could have made this better. First of all, you could have had them trick her a little bit more instead of just saying, "We want to be friends." They could have tried a little harder. They could have talked to her a little bit, manipulated her into coming down, and even willingly going with them to become one of them. That could have worked really well. Another way you could have done it is if you had it take place in a regular neighborhood, in a regular house, instead of a goddamn mansion like in all these damn movies. Just have it take place in a regular house and have neighborhood children mysteriously disappear overnight through the period of like months even, just to keep themselves discreet, or at least try to. That would have been great. Or another way you could have done it is have it not take place in modern day, have it take place in like some village in the 1800s. That would have been great as well. Or, and what I think is my personal favorite, my personal choice would be have the girl Sally get taken within maybe the 10 or 20 minute mark, and have the majority of the movie be about what it's like for a couple to go through losing a child, to have her just be taken away or mysteriously vanish and not know a goddamn thing where she is. Have it be about neglect, or, you know, certain themes that are realistic, that are real, that can be applied to the real world. You can't just have scary creatures do scary things. Boo! Did I scare you? Did I scare you? No? No? Well, that's kind of like how this movie plays out. So yeah, I think that's about all I have to say about that. So yeah, not worth the theater watching experience. I'd say rent it or download it. I didn't say that. Rent it. Bye.
Come watch Coming Attractions. You want to watch all my other videos.